So if you watched the last video on how to strum using a pick, this next video on strumming without a pick is going to be, there's going to be a lot of similarities there, with the exception being that there's just no pick in your hands. So to strum without a pick, we are going to be using primarily our thumb, and it's going to be this side of our thumb. If you'll remember, when we're holding the pick is going to be pointing out that side of the thumb. So the motion is going to be the same, whether you're using a pick or, I'll set the pick down, using the thumb. So it's going to be the same part of the thumb that is either coming in contact with the strings directly or is hovering just off of the strings when you're using the pick. And so I don't have so much of a fist when I'm using my thumb. With the pick, I have more of a fist ready-made. But I can strum up, I can strum down. And it's going to be just this soft tissue, this part of the skin on your thumb that's coming into contact. Now, one challenge that some students face is they feel like they have to be using the point of their thumb, the tip of their thumb, when they're strumming. But if you're strumming, this puts your thumb, your hand, your wrist in kind of an awkward position that is not going to be beneficial, and it's not going to feel good if you do that very long. But if you look at my hand, my thumb, my arm, you'll see that my arm just continues straight through my hand, where it's just kind of straight out. There's some motion in my wrist as I'm strumming, but a lot of the motion is coming from my elbow. But this keeps your hand in a position that it's not going to hurt your wrist the way that pointing out like this, if you're trying to use your thumb tip, would do. Now, as we progress further, we'll talk about a concept called finger picking that uses more of your thumb tip and your fingertips, but you're still positioned in a way that you're not awkwardly bending your hand to get it into position. So again, you can strum like this, just using your thumb. You can also use your fingernails and your thumbnail to strum. Now, this is a little bit more challenging for most students, but still very doable for beginning students. And the way that I do it, when I'm strumming down, I will use either my index, my middle, or my ring, or some combination of those three fingers if I'm strumming down. So here I'm using my middle and ring to strum. And again, it's the fingernails that are coming into contact. So it's creating kind of a similar sound as you might get if you're using a pick. So for the downs, I use my fingers. If I'm going up, I use the nail on my thumb. So if I'm going down and up, it'll sound something like this. And if you listen closely, you can hear a difference between if I'm using my thumb or my fingernails. So using just the thumb and just the skin on your thumb creates a softer and more delicate kind of sound. The fingernails help you to project, and it has a brighter, a clearer sound. Neither one is right or wrong. It's just depending on what you're comfortable with and what type of sound you're trying to get out of your guitar. So that about covers it for strumming without a pick, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.